Hi there, it's me, Reed.
Hello, I'm Jennifer.
Welcome.
Welcome to another Faith at Home listening practice.
Hmm. We're going to be reading Psalm 90 today, and we're going to be reading and listening
Mm.
simultaneously.
We're listening this morning. We're listening today using the New Century version,
Yeah,
which is a new version for us to explore. It sometimes is nice to listen to Psalms verses that we've heard over and over again from a different version because we can hear different things,
mm.
notice different things in the process.
This Psalm 90 we have read for many years. It was one of the ones we read to our children when they were little. Well, they're still not very big. I mean, they're 11 and 13. So,
When we started our practice of listening to the Psalms, we didn't start with like reading through all the Psalms every month at the very beginning. We started with just a few little Psalms,
favorites, if you
favorites,
will.
as it were. And this was one of the favorites.
Mhm.
So we invite you to listen with us today, paying attention for a word or a phrase or an idea or an emotion or a story or something that comes out to you as
Mhm.
you listen to this psalm. Is it my turn to read first?
Sure.
Oh, okay. Lord, you have been our home since the beginning. Before the mountains were born and before you created the earth and the world, you are God. You have always been and you always will be. You turn people back into dust. You say, go back into dust, human beings. To you, 1,000 years is like the passing of a day or like a few hours in the night. While people sleep, you take their lives. They are like grass that grows up in the morning. In the morning, they are fresh and new, but by evening, they dry up and die. We are destroyed by your anger. We are terrified by your hot anger. You have put the evil we have done right in front of you. You clearly see our secret sins. All our days pass while you are angry. Our years end with a moan. Our lifetime is 70 years, or if we are strong, 80 years. But the years are full of hard work and pain. They pass quickly, and then we are gone. Who knows the full power of your anger? Your anger is as great as our fear of you should be. Teach us how short our lives really are so that we may be wise. Lord, how long before you return and show kindness to your servants? Fill us with your love every morning. Then we will sing and rejoice all our lives. We have seen years of trouble. Now give us as much joy as you gave us sorrow. Show your servants the wonderful things you do. Show your greatness to their children. Lord our God, treat us well. Give us success in what we do. Yes, give us success in what we do.
Very good. Um, I was, as you read that, as we said earlier, it's a very familiar psalm from many years. And this is a different version. And that line, teach us how short our lives really are so that we may be wise, is different than the other translations I've read this in. Um, so that stuck out to me. That particular one, knowledge of shortness of life will give wisdom. The idea that I have but a short time on earth, that should provoke wisdom in me.
Hmm.
Foolish decisions, foolish choices, I guess, are all that more foolish if you think you're not going to live very long. It seems like we live a long time, but
Hmm.
our lives aren't that long, as it says earlier on. we're like grass, flourishing in the morning and gone in the evening. Uh, that's a common phrase or way of thinking of it in the Psalms. So that was what stuck out to me, though, that idea of living short lives provokes wisdom.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Thank you. The piece that stands out to me is that sense of God being angry, and that God's anger is as great as our fear of God should be. And it plays together, if play is the right word, with the sense of our lives being short. And I think we're destroyed, maybe not so much by God's anger, but by our sense. I am destroyed by my sense that God is angry with me. And so if I feel like God is angry with me, I cut myself off from relationship with God, and I cut myself off from relationship with other people. And that is what destroys me. So that's my sense as I read this psalm today. I remember the first times we read it, and I remember people telling me how much they loved this psalm. And I would read it and I was like, what do you like about this? Because in this psalm, it sounds like God is pretty angry all the time. But I have come to love this psalm as I have come to know that God isn't angry with me. That's what stands out to me as I listen today.
All right. I'll read it.
All right.
I'll read it this time. And it's Psalm 90, of course. And I'll begin. Lord, you have been our home since the beginning. Before the mountains were born, and before you created the earth and the world, you are God. You have always been, and you will always be. You turn people back into dust. You say, go back into dust, human beings. To you, 1,000 years is like the passing of a day, or like a few hours in the night. While people sleep, you take their lives. They're like grass that grows up in the morning. In the morning, they are fresh and new, but by evening, they are dried up and die. We are destroyed by your anger. We are terrified by your hot anger. You have put the evil we have done right in front of you. You clearly see our secret sins. All our days pass while you are angry. Our years end with a moan. Our lifetime is 70 years, or if we are strong, 80 years. But the years are full of hard work and pain. They pass quickly, and then we are gone. Who knows the full power of your anger? Your anger is as great as our fear of you should be. Teach us how short our lives really are, so we may be wise. Lord, how long before you return and show kindness to your servants? Fill us with your love every morning. Then we will sing and rejoice all our lives. We have seen years of trouble. Now give us as much joy as you gave us sorrow. Show your servants the wonderful things you do. Show your greatness to their children. Lord our God, treat us well. Give us success in what we do. Yes, give us success in what we do.
So in the second reading, we're always paying attention for an invitation. And the invitation for me grows out of the words that say, there has been sorrow. And we ask God that you would give us as much joy, maybe more, maybe more, at least as much joy as there has been sorrow. And so the invitation for me is to pay attention to the spaces of sorrow and to hold those with tenderness and gentleness, because I think the Spirit of God meets us there, but also to watch for where are the spaces of joy that are being braided into our normal everyday lives right now. So treat the sorrow with tenderness. Watch for the flashes of joy. That's what I hear. What do you hear?
The invitation, it goes back to the very beginning. It was an interesting sentence. Lord, you've been our home since the beginning. The idea being that God's always been there and God is still here. God was with me before I was born. God is with me during my life. And when I'm turned back to dust, God is still there. That, the invitation was to come home, I guess. That not being afraid, like there's all that fear through here. Almost like God is the enemy outside the gate, sort of. Home is a place to barricade against God. But really, God is my home. And so that was the invitation, come home, or recognize I am home. God is my home since the beginning, in the hard times and the good times. And yeah, come home.
What do you hear as an invitation? For those of you who listen with us, this psalm speaks to you and shares God's love for you in a way that speaks to your own life in your own circumstances. We'd love to hear what you are noticing that God is speaking to you today. Take a moment and share with us in the comments, or you can connect with us at our website, which our new website, which is called livingfaithathome.ca. We'd love to see you there. Have a great day.
See you.
Bye-bye.